Let's talk about Elden Ring. See, I like Elden Ring as much as the next guy. In fact, hand me a Souls-like and I'm a happy boy. Even though I suck at them, I love Souls games. But is Elden Ring really worthy of the title Game of the Year? I'm not so sure about that. And I'm gonna make a controversial claim. Elden Ring is the worst Souls-like that FromSoft has ever released. Granted, that just means they're the worst in a series of amazing games. But Sean, it's the first open-world Souls game. It's revolutionary. People don't like to talk about it, but if you use the standard set by Elden Ring, every Dark Souls game has been an open-world game. I know that game companies have conditioned you to believe that to be an open-world game, your game's map must consist of miles of open space that you must traverse to get to your next mission marker, when all it really means is you can go anywhere in the map at any time you choose. And you might say, Sean, in Dark Souls 1 to 3, you might have to complete a boss or get a key to open a door, to advance to a new area. Oh, that sounds very similar to an elevator in Elden Ring. So either every Dark Souls game is open world, or none of them are. And it doesn't really help Elden Ring's case that the first 3 Dark Souls games were all very succinct, enjoyable, naturally flowing experiences without you having to constantly ask where you're going. Elden Ring's map is too big for its own good. If anything, all its size does is make it more of a chore to go over again when you do New Game Plus. I've gone through Dark Souls 1 to 3 probably 50 times. You know how many times I've gone through Elden Ring? Twice. In the Dark Souls games, all the things you need to complete your playthrough you will acquire naturally through your progression of playing it. In Elden Ring, you have to go out of your way to get things that you want or need. There's no longer a natural progression of the story or game. 90% of the gameplay of Elden Ring is riding a horse. That's a problem. It's just filler.
In Dark Souls 1, the final boss is Lord Gwyn, Lord of Lords, Destroyer of Dragons. Elden Ring's penultimate boss is how long you can hold the left stick up as you traverse miles of empty nothing.
And this isn't to say I don't like Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring. The first time. Opening the door to the stranded graveyards and seeing the Erd tree shining over the horizon, it was breathtaking. It honestly reminded me of the beginning of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild when you just get out of the Shrine of Resurrection. You look over a whole world just waiting to be discovered. And that's one of the biggest things that hurts Elden Ring's replayability. Discovery. You can only discover something once. And that's the hardest thing you're gonna have to grapple with when designing a game that's all about exploration. The thing that saves Dark Souls 1 to 3 from this problem is that combat is equal to discovery. So when you replay Dark Souls 1 to 3, it's not about discovering things anymore, it's about refining your ability to be good at the combat. Elden Ring relies so heavily on discovery, it's basically all there is to do. Which is great if you only plan on playing the game once, but the second time, it immediately starts to grate on you. I think a little bit of the judgment of a game should come down to its replayability. Like imagine you're playing Tetris, you're having a great time, you love the game, and instead of it getting harder over time, you just do the same exact thing over and over again, except this time a man comes in and starts kicking you in the balls repeatedly. And let's not forget the games that were in the running for that year. We got God of War Ragnarok, we got Xenoblade Chronicles 3, we got Cat Game, Squid Game, Legend of Zelda Forbidden West, The Last of Us Remastered, Dead Island 2, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, British Books, and who could forget Saints Row? Maybe there just wasn't enough competition. Fine, Elden Ring can keep its award, but if it gets an award, Dark Souls 3 is an honorary game of the year forever, like 10 times more awards.